Okay, here we are, episode 19 of Candlekeep Mysteries. The mysteries are intensifying, and this one is reaching its end for sure this time. Probably, maybe, we shall see. Last time, what happened? You guys finally came across Shemsheim, and he was laying down the damage, making you guys infight a little bit. That was fun. Rolo came pretty close to dying a few times, but he's a tough one. But yeah, oh yeah, today our person who plays Salam won't be joining us for reasons, but he'll be here next week, so don't worry about that. Let's see. So, have we gone over these things? Yeah, we've done that. So here we are. So Shemshine manifested and attacked the party, and you thought you'd vanquished him. However, he seemed confident and seemed to just disappear back into the book you guys have found, which you did actually fix, which gave you the kind of final verse of the song you guys have been humming and singing constantly since this whole thing started. But yeah, so there seems to be something else you need to do to properly destroy this darkness. Anyway, at one point, Galeby and Crinkle fled downstairs, and then there was a commotion when you went to investigate. Crinkle was flat out. Galeby had just like a honking piece of rock with a smear of blood on it. So yeah, it's quite clear something happened, and Galeby attacked Crinkle, or Crinkle attacked Galeby. I'm not sure if we got to the bottom of that, but we don't know. Yeah, so there was another encounter, and then once again you vanquished the Shemsheim Shadow, but it doesn't seem to be defeated. But when you came up, Rolo was attacking one of the NPCs in Madness, and in the actual second fight, I believe Cthulhu got killed, which was very sad. But everyone else is still alive, so we've only lost Cthulhu and Ebda. Galeby doesn't know about that yet, so...
She doesn't.
Not yet. But yeah, let's see. So Rolo kind of like mumbled some sort of clue, and you guys might have an inkling of an idea of what to do now. So this is where we'll hop back into it, and I'll be controlling both Salam and Rolo, I guess. So yeah.
Controlling Rolo. Yeah, that's a thing that's happening.
Yeah, I'll see how I do with DMing and doing two characters. We'll see. Anyway, I'll unpause and we can hop into things.
All right. Who's gonna go upstairs and take out those chains, holding up the book above us?
We can't see the chains from this level?
We might be able to.
So if you kind of look upwards, you can see like the cutout in the roof above you, and the majority of the view is taken up by the sculpture, but you do see probably some semblance of chains attached to it and going upwards. You probably need to go up to the floor above to get a proper look at it, though.
Maybe one of your missile attacks would be able to get those chains from this angle, but I think it's a hard shot for like a crossbow.
You could go have a look at them, get a better idea.
Well, I've seen them for sure. I've been upstairs recently.
Kane's gonna tell everybody to back away from the table and the book.
Okay.
And if I could see any piece of the chains, I'll cast Magic Missile at first level.
Okay.
Using my last spell slot.
Okay, let's see.
Uh-oh.
I mean, looks like Kane's about to do that, but you could try and stop him, maybe, if he'll listen.
Wait! About as much as I think I'm gonna get out.
You see me just holding my hand up and then What happened, Asa? We need to get this done now.
Remember the book. She ground the spirit. She ground the Shemshine. We'll wait. We'll wait for the monster to reappear, and then we'll drop the book. Statue book. You know what I meant.
Yeah, so if you kind of
Two
look
birds in one
upwards, you can probably just about make out how many? 3 chains coming from the sculpture going up to somewhere in the ceiling.
Oh, I don't think magic missile will be enough to destroy all three, though.
You could go up and inspect.
Why doesn't if Salam needs to help you as well, that's fine. My spells probably couldn't
Yes,
well,
Salam will probably say,
I've
this
got-
one will help with whatever he needs to do to get out of this damn place.
I'm a bit injured, but I can defend myself and I can hold it in place.
Let's see, hold on. Let me just rifle through everyone's inventory. Rollo will probably approach you and say,
He's
for a...
passed out for several hours, but
Oh, is he?
I can loot him.
I mean, he was gonna offer it to you, but you can just rummage through his belongings if you want. I forgot.
We have dynamite.
Oh yeah, we do. You do.
I
Does
don't
Rollo
think we
have
should use
that?
dynamite in here.
Yeah. I'm not sure who has that actually. Is it Rollo? I'm not sure.
I know I do. I
you
have
do?
a couple bundles of sticks.
I appreciate the thought, but I really don't think that's a good idea.
Could Rollo be roused, do you think?
Not without giving him a hit point.
Well, if you were to go through his belongings, you would probably see that he has, I believe, 2 potions of healing.
Well, in that case, it would make sense for one for me and one for him. And Rollo can go upstairs since he's also injured. And the two of you can take out the chains. I'll, with Salam, hold the beast in place on top of the table. That way it comes crashing down.
Yeah, looking up at the gap, you see that the gap, the hole in the ceiling is probably pretty much the size of the table. And the sculpture seems to like fill that space, so yeah, it would land on the table and probably crush everything on and probably on the edge of the table. Yeah, kind of like let's see, maybe something along the lines of like this, if you can see that.
Yeah.
So it looks something like that.
I'm gonna move a body
No,
in that particular direction.
I was wondering if you're gonna leave the body and have it get squashed. Are you just gonna?
Rude.
Are you just gonna put them in the same room as Ebda, start a nice body collection, or just like drag her off?
No, I want to make this quick. We don't know when Shimshine's coming back.
Okay,
It
so
wasn't
yeah.
long between the last one. So
Let's say
literally
you just lean her against the bookcase there.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm a rather diligent employee. So except for the musical book, I'm gonna remove the other books from the table as well.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, I'm sure that's
The keeper's gonna be very mad that we're breaking one book already.
Yeah. So you like clear the immediate area of books, or maybe you kind of ask the others too while you take one potion and Rollo takes the other and I will feed the other one to Rolo. So since it will be a full action, you should get the full benefits of the potions. So
Full benefit again?
2d4 plus 2. Okay.
So 10.
10.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, what order do you do this in?
Potion.
Like who has the first potion?
Myself.
Uh-huh.
Then Rolo.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of go through his belongings, pull out the potion, unstopper it, and take a drink. I'm not sure if which one. Who has the bread flavored, bread smelling potion?
I think Solon did. 'Cause he was
Solando.
getting-
Yeah, he
was
wasn't
getting mad I
bothered.
wouldn't drink it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, you drink that up and you feel the healing energies wash over you, and you have some relief from the onslaught of this situation. Some of your fatigue fades and that kind of thing. Yeah. And then you pour the other one into Rolo's mouth, and he kind of coughs and then starts and wakes up and kind of looks you up and says, "Oh, where did you get that potion from? I thought you were all out."
That one's yours. Okay. We'll talk about this later, including repayments or whatever.
Yes, there will be repayment, I suppose.
Take Rolo.
Best to ask for forgiveness.
Later.
Okay.
Take
Okay.
Rolo upstairs when we give the signal, which is, hey, whatever.
So I take myself upstairs?
Take you and
Kane
No,
and Rolo
Kane.
go up.
Kane.
Okay. Yeah, Rolo will join Kane upstairs then.
Yes, take yourself upstairs.
You guys head on up, and as you go up there, you see Vanya kind of like, just like huddles on the floor, kind of rocking backwards and forwards slightly, just still shivering violently, looking a bit, well, not a bit, incredibly worse for wear. And she kind of just like half glances at the two of you as you come up.
Alright,
And
I'm
then
very
just-
used to setting up traps for monsters, so. Shimshine books right in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Salam, can I get you on the opposite side of the table for me? If the thing tries to run, we'll grab it. The book should smash the entire table. We might get hit with some, what's the word?
Debris?
Shrapnel
I
or
was
debris.
I was thinking splinters.
Yeah.
I get hit with some splinters. But it's for the greater good.
Salam would probably like raise an eyebrow and say something along the lines of, "How do you expect to grab hold of something made of smoke and shadow?"
Throwing myself in front of it. It seems the kind of creature that relishes to kill.
Yeah, he would agree with that, yeah. If we perhaps engage it in fighting, or maybe threaten the book, or just if someone holds the book, it might be drawn to them. I'm not sure.
Sure, but we don't want to be on the table when that thing falls, else we will also be shimshined.
I would very much like to not be shemshined.
So at the edge of the table, here, we should only get splinters. But if you're any closer, you're asking for trouble.
Very well. I'll do my best.
Pull out my silver sword and I wait.
Okay. How about upstairs? What's Kane and Rolo doing?
Kane would just look to Rolo and tell him to be ready for the signal, and then once we hear the signal, I am going to cast maybe a firebolt at the chain and have Rolo shoot at it, so we can try to just break it and have it fall down.
Are you going to decide beforehand which chains you're going to aim at, so you don't hit the same one? Or or
You
you?
might stand on opposite sides of the circle, which would make it pretty easy.
Well, I suppose in turn order you have your turns doing things, so it should be fine. Yes. Rollo will probably say, "What was the signal again? Did we decide one?"
It's when Azza yells out, I believe.
I see. This Az has been getting out of line lately. I believe he's taken some of my own belongings without asking.
Well, I believe he had a perfectly good reason to.
Well,
But we could discuss this after this god awful rhythm is out of our heads.
indeed, yes, I'm sure I can discuss a suitable repayment scheme that Azza will be able to deal with.
I believe you will.
And maybe I'll look over to Vanya and say, "Are you alright there? You might be in the splash zone." And she kind of just continues rocking forwards, like muttering to herself, "I did it. I killed him. It's all my fault."
Can't not even pay her any mind right now. We got more important problems.
Okay. Alright. So, back downstairs, Azza and Salam are waiting. Salam says, "Is there anything we can particularly do to maybe lure it out?"
No.
Alright then.
See, what do you want from me? It's come out twice. First time when we fixed the book, the second time when we were downstairs, and only Rolo and what was the Tabaxi's name?
Cthulhu.
When only Rolo and Takula was up here. So
Maybe.
there's two of them. There's two of them now, and now there's two of us now.
Maybe something to do with the book or the rhyme. Perhaps if we harmonized in some way, or if enough people were singing the rhyme, it would draw out the creature.
Well, the same number of people are singing minus the dead people. So if it's just us stopping our conversation to give in to the curse, then I just shut up.
Okay, so yeah, Salam will probably grudgingly do the same, and you'll start singing. And if you kind of really let it in, you'll start belting it out, and both of you harmonize. And the songs kind of leak on upstairs, and Rolo and Kane, you kind of hear the two of them really leaning into the singing. And Vanya kind of starts to let herself go a bit and join in as well. But she's starting to look a bit maybe manic and mad.
Kane's gonna pull out a copper wire and point down and cast a message to where he knew where Azza was. Azza, try threatening the book in some kind of way. Try doing some damage to it to try to get this ghost to come out. You could reply to this message.
That wasn't required before, but I'm willing to do anything. Out loud, for all of Christendom to hear, I pull out my crossbones like, I'm gonna end this once and for all. I'm putting a bolt right in the middle of that Sting's stupid spine.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the temperature of the library drops even further and even starts to kind of bleed through the winter, the makeshift winter wear you've kind of put on here. And yeah,
That's right, it's cold.
it is incredibly cold now, and you start to shiver and shake, and yes, and then you feel a similar presence start to come, and up from the book. Whereabouts on the table was the book?
Right in the middle. You can put it
Okay.
right in the square.
Yeah. So from that part there, the shadows start to swirl and form, and Shemsheim reappears before you all, and we shall roll initiative. Let's get everyone in there. Let's get Rollo in. I need to put Kane in. So as a Kane, Rollo, Salam, Shemsheim.
Put him in, coach. Put him in. Put him in.
And since you were threatening it, the shadows are maybe a little bit more so at this point. So 2 extra shadows also appear.
Kane!
Here we go. Alright, let's roll initiative.
I'll remember this Kane.
That was Salam.
Oh man.
Oh, Salam got a crit on his initiative.
We're really
Alright,
proud.
so looks like Salam goes first. So let's see, what does Salam even have? Let's see, what's his spell books?
He favors his mace, but
Yeah.
if he has spells, he can do any that aren't the concentration spells.
Yeah.
Like Guiding Bolt, I guess.
I wonder if has he got spiritual weapon? He used that a fair bit. Where's spiritual weapon? It's at 2nd level, I think, actually. No?
Yeah, that's a 2nd level spell.
Right. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh no, he's got a slot for that yet, so I think he'll cast spiritual weapon. And he'll summon it and immediately go to town on Shamshine. So yeah, spiritual weapon, he summons it, and then a bonus he will attack with it. So yeah, that's gonna be 15 to hit, which hits for 8 damage. Okay. And I think that'll be the end of that. So this shadow appears before you, Azza, and will reach out and attempt to drain your strengths. Ooh, I think
Hit.
that's a hit. Let's see the damage. So 9 necrotic damage.
I soak it on the temp.
And let's see.
I feel my strength leaving me.
I'm
Oh.
not sure if the spell with 10 hit points is still up. I can't remember.
It's not a spell, it's just an effect. And 10
Oh.
pin points don't. It's his class feature.
Yeah.
And they don't leave until long rest? Don't
Yeah,
correct me
8
if I'm wrong.
hours. Either
Oh,
they're used
yeah.
or 8 hours.
No, I'm just saying the effect, is that still up for each round?
Yeah.
You're getting new ones.
No, that should be over.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
I misunderstood you.
Alright, so yeah. Alright, so 9 necrotic, and I don't think there's a save for this. So yeah, 1d4.
Hey, remember last time when I lost 4?
You lost 3 this time. So as this creature kind of rakes its shadowy claws across your body, you feel some of your spiritual energies get siphoned out, and you weaken even more.
Suddenly I feel so average.
And then we go over to your turn, Azza.
Quick second while I just update the sheet, and done. This is the end, Shemshine. No more shall you haunt our waking dream.
Many have tried, I always return.
I take the dodge action.
Smart. You start dodging.
Put my blade up defensively and focus on my footwork.
Okay.
I do say that loud enough for the people above to hear.
Was that the signal?
It was to let them know Shemmy Shine's here. What more do they need?
Okay. So yeah, you taunt Shemshime and then start bouncing around on the front of your feet, agile as a cat and ready to dodge. This shadow will face Salam and go in for an attack. It's 21, his AC is 19, so that's a hit. 5 necrotic damage. He's fine. Let's do a d4. It's 3 strength down. Okay. So he's into that much. Okay, and then Shemshine himself will rear up and let out a howl of inane babble. Let's see, so Azza and Salam, will you make a wisdom saving throw for me? Oof.
Working on it. I fail.
Oh, you both fail.
Probably.
Okay, so you guys take... Oh, no, not that one. Where are we? Hold on to your butts.
I don't know what to do with my butt.
"17 psychic damage as this shriek just echoes out and just pierces into your ear holes and echoes around your mind, racking you with pain and torment.
Almost dead.
So you are also stunned until the end of Shemshine's next... end on the end of your next turn. So you are stunned. Okay. So you're stunning. Let's see.
Thanks.
Let's just remember. Okay, so over to Kane. So you hear a commotion downstairs, and you could also peer over the edge, and you can see Shemshine there.
Alright, I see things are not going too good, so I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at first level. And how sturdy do these chains look?
Ooh, let's have a gander at that real quick. Okay. Let's see. So I know, but can you do a perception roll, please? If your character is particularly keyed into chains, I'll give you advantage. Anything in your backstory that might make you a chain expert?
I can think of a few things for Kane.
I would say one of them would be living among the irreparables.
Uh-huh.
Being tossed in and...
You kind of cut off there. Have we lost you?
Mister, can you hear us?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear me?
No, you cut
You
off.
cut off.
Oh, I was saying being in and out of prison a few times.
Okay, okay, so yeah, you'll know a bit about chains then, and maybe how to break them or get out of them. So yeah, sure, why not? Let's give you advantage on that. Okay, so these chains, they look pretty sturdy. They're holding up this honking big sculpture here, but looking at them, if you kind of get a good solid hit on them, one should be enough, but getting a right enough hit will probably be quite hard. Maybe if you got the angle right, or maybe the particular strength of the hit or something, yeah. And you can.
Alright, then to be safe, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile first level at 1 chain link.
Alright, one chain link, one magic missile. Roll them bones. Okay, 4 damage.
More bones.
Going up to more damage. So we got, yeah, 7. Alright, that's pretty tasty. 10, 11, 12. 12 damage. So you send a string of magic missiles wisping up to the closest chain, and the first one hits, and then the second one hits in the exact same spot, and you see the chain just pang apart, and the chain just whips around and just like hits the floor and just rips up some of the floorboards. It was holding up a lot of weight, so yeah, when you kind of hit that, it kind of just whipped out pretty bad. But yeah, that's one chain down, and you see the sculpture kind of tilt slightly, and you hear the other 2 chains kind of groan with this extra weight.
Alright, Kane will move over here just to get closer to the stairs in case he needs to run down to help them. But that'll be his turn.
Okay, and then we'll go over to Rolo. So Rolo will kind of look at you and then see you and says, "Did we get the signal?"
Kane's nodding.
Green light, go, go, go. Alright, Rolo will cock his crossbow and take aim at the closest chain and let loose a bolt. 21. That's a solid 21. Let me just check as well on something.
21. Let's go to Vegas. Hit the blackjack tables.
Okay, alright, it doesn't have immunity to things that have happened so far. Anyway, so yeah, this bolt hits the chain and deals 6 piercing damage. Alright. So the bolt hits it, and it hits it just right. And you see it kind of chip off a chunk of iron, and then you see the chain slowly start to kind of spread, and then just another pang, and then the chain whips out and narrowly avoids hitting Varnir, ripping up more of the floorboards. And then you see the sculpture kind of full on tilt down and start swinging ever so slightly as it is being held on by this final chain. Rolo reloads his crossbow and takes aim at the final chain. Yeah, he closes his eyes and says, "Mask, take the wheel."
No, open your eyes.
22. It flies forwards and strikes true, hitting the chain. Let's see how much damage we do. 7. The bolt lances out and hits the chain, and there isn't even a pause. This chain is already under a huge amount of stress, and it's fairly instant. The chain breaks. There's that kind of like cartoon-esque seconds where the sculpture just kind of hangs in the air and then comes crashing down through the gap in the floor. Let's have a look now. Okay. let me take a look here. I should have checked this before. Where are we?
In relation to what?
I'm just trying to work out damage here.
Instantaneous?
Yeah, I want to see how many dice I get to roll.
I know just for fall damage, it's 1d6 for every 10 feet.
Mm.
Ah, but that's just gravity at work.
Yeah.
How's the weight of a giant stone statue?
Okay, let's go with this one. This seems like a nice amount of dice. Okay, so Kane, Salam, you're kind of stunned and struggling to move, but you hear like 3 kind of whips and cracks as these chains above start to break, and then you see the sculpture just starts to fall down towards the table, and as if in slow motion, you see Shemshine kind of look up, and any kind of semblance of cockiness on its shadowy face just fall, and we will roll damage. Okay. So this sculpture just smashes into the table, splinters go flying in every direction. Let's see. So Azza and Salam, you kind of are showered by splinters, and the shadowy creatures take that much damage. So the 2 lesser shadows are just instantly snuffed out. And also, so is Shemshine. So there's just a massive crash. The table is absolutely obliterated. The chairs get partially broken up, but they kind of just go flying in whatever direction it is, and just hit the bookcases or go clattering along. And yeah, the shadows of the 2 creatures and Shemshine just explodes, and you hear a solid crunching from underneath, and you see that the table, Shemshine, and probably also the book has been obliterated by this sculpture falling down. Okay, so as the shadows kind of swirl around this place, everything seems to die down for a little bit, but maybe a few seconds pass. Oh, I forgot to. No, it's fine. A few seconds pass, and then the shadows kind of creep along the floor and kind of wrap themselves round just random book, and you see the book kind of warp and begin to violently change its shape, and after a few moments it now resembles an exact copy of Shemshine's bedtime rhyme. And
I know what to do.
for a brief moment you guys are just absolutely heartbroken, losing any semblance of hope you have, but then you kind of turn to each other and you come to the realization that you are no longer being compelled to sing this rhyme, this song, or even hum it. It is very quickly leaving your mind, and you no longer feel the compulsion to do so.
God damn it, it destroyed a book. A good book. I imagine the falling thing, the shaking, and the exploding table sort of rocked me off my stunned feet.
Yeah, you
So I'm
guys
starting
kind of
to-
got blown backwards, so yeah, you kind of hit the floor and you're kind of blown 5 feet back.
I'm, I'm picking myself up.
Yeah, it takes a moment for you to kind of get your senses back, but you kind of dust yourselves off and kind of pull yourselves up. Exhausted, but probably relieved.
Kane's gonna tell Rolo and Veneer that we need to head downstairs.
Rolo nods, but Veneer is reluctant, but she seems to be kind of just snapped out of her her stupor by this book crashing down, and she kind of just like wide-eyed, just like stares at you and goes, "What? What?"
We need to make sure the others are okay. Both of you, let's go.
The others. I know one person is not okay.
And more won't be if you keep hesitating, so come on.
Yes, yes, I'm coming.
I'm gonna pick up the rhyme book.
Hmm. This one doesn't seem to be broken in any way, but yeah, you no longer feel compelled to sing. It's closed, but yeah, it's now possessing, or a new version of it has been created using another book, it seems.
My throat's actually pretty sore. And I feel deflated. But I'm alive.
Azza, did you remove the book from the table?
No, it possessed a new book. But its curses probably waned until it regained its strength. We should have the keeper find someplace isolated for this book, since it can't be destroyed.
You hear Varnia kind of gasp and say, and kind of call over to you, what's happened to Cthulhu? She does not look good.
Ula's dead. Another victim of this curse.
By whose
Died
hand?
By the Shade's hand.
Shemshine's. All this is by Shemshine's hands.
No,
Whether
I am at fault for Ebda's death, and I do not know how to begin repaying or being punished. I am sure the Keeper will think of something.
If you're looking for redemption, don't look it from me. The curse is what's at fault. If you want to punish yourself, then do it yourself. The curse is, though, lifted temporarily.
How can we
need to
be
get
sure?
This book someplace. Because we're not singing. I don't know how long we have. 5 minutes or 600 years. But the curse has stopped. This is a good time for us to try to get this book someplace away from people. There should be
I do not know how this started, but perhaps we best bind the book shut in some manner.
Yes, that's easy enough to do. I suppose
I have some binding. If you would wait a moment. She'll disappear, and then she'll kind of come back with some leather straps, and yeah, she helps you kind of just tie it around the book so it wouldn't be fall open or be kind of opened intentionally unless someone were to kind of untie these straps.
before you wrap it,
Yes.
wrap it with this blanket thoroughly wrapped around it. Muffle any of its song.
Yes. As you take off the blanket to wrap up the book, you kind of notice that the temperature is also returning back to normal, and you feel cold, then chilly, then a little warm, and then the return to norm almost feels sweltering. It's such a difference. But yeah, so she wraps it in neatly in the blanket and then binds the leather straps around it.
While they're doing that, Kane's gonna try to loot Cthulhu's body.
Okay. I guess sleight of hand, or stealth, or sleight of hand, if you want to go through her stuff. Okay, yeah. You kind of sidle on up to Cthulhu and go over through her belongings that she had on her. You don't really find much, I think. Let me double check for you though. You find some general druidic components, a quarterstaff. I don't think you'll find much else on her, unfortunately. Let me double check for you though.
Does she have any, like, would she have any notes on, like, potion making or some sort on her? Because if she does, I'll take that, definitely, so I can give it to
Not
someone.
on her, unfortunately, just some druidic components, a quarterstaff, and probably that's about it.
Kane would take it.
What, the quarterstaff or the components?
All of the above.
Okay, yeah, you kind of take the staff and the components. The components will probably be easily concealed, but the staff maybe not so much.
As a Rolo, Salon, we should definitely go speak with the Keeper. Now that this curse is lifted for the time being, Veneer, you should release us so we can find a better way to deal with this.
This book needs to go into a very, very deep vault.
As well as we're gonna have to decide what to deal with. Crinkle is injured downstairs. We have two
He is?
deceased members. There's quite a lot of cleanup we must do.
Perhaps we should gather everyone before before I unlock the vault, to be sure and certain. If you could go fetch Crinkle and Galeby, give me a moment to compose myself before I deliver the news. Do we tell her now? I do not know how to do this.
Yes, we tell her before we leave.
I do not know. I have never had to do such a thing, despite my my age.
Well, loss at any age is difficult, but it's best she knows that she is among friends and people who tried to save her father. This was out of all of our hands. We had no control. Whatever being is inside this book is responsible for all of this.
Yes, I believe so, but I do not know how to tell her. Do any of you have experience in such things?
Yeah.
Then I would appreciate your aid in delivering the news.
Salam and Rolo, would you gentlemen mind doing your best to clean him up a bit to make him a little more presentable when we bring her up?
Salam says this one.
He's in the room.
I know.
He's in the room south of us.
Salam will disappear and go do that. Rolo says, perhaps maybe I'll dispose of the dead cat around the corner.
That'll work.
So he'll disappear, and you kind of see him kind of just dragging this Cthulhu into the other room.
And then Asla and Kane will go downstairs and get Crinkle and Gilby.
Vanya will kind of like just slump down and close her eyes and start muttering to herself.
You need to stand up and keep your head held high. You need to be strong for this little girl's sake. Enough of this feeling this guilt within yourself. Think on her behalf now.
It was my hands. Yes. No, you are right. She'll stand up, kind of like smooth over her clothes, and then straighten her back and give you a nod.
Alright, Asa, you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Still clutching like a broken rib.
Yeah, you've been through the ringer.
Yeah. I almost died.
I'm still on 4 HP, so I know that feeling.
Oh, I'm also at 4 HP, but also I had two failed death saving throws, remember? I
Oh yeah.
almost died.
Yeah, it's been a rough one. This mystery.
This story.
So yeah, you guys head on downstairs. You kind of see Galeby's closed door. Maybe you don't really hear much going on on the inside. Yeah, you open up the room and give it a cursory glance, and you don't see Galeby around. Roll perception. 18, that's fine. Let's 17 would be fine as well. So you don't see Galeby immediately, but you kind of just about hear some kind of whimpering coming from underneath the bed, and then you kind of crouch down and you see Galeby kind of like hiding under the bed. And she kind of just looks at you, wide-eyed.
I'll take care of this. Can you go get Crinkle?
He's unconscious. Don't know if there's much we can do for him other than carry him back upstairs.
Just drag him along.
Okay.
Yeah. You go over to Crinkle and he's like still out cold.
He's a lot heavier than I remember him being. About 17 strength point or 7 strength points heavier.
I mean, you could. Yeah, Kane said to drag him, so you just grab his leg and just start dragging him across the floor. If you wanted, or you could like pick him up. But Kenko are probably pretty light. But yeah, you have lost
probably
a
have
lot
hollow
of
bones, even if they can't fly.
Yeah, no, they will have hollow bones, I'd say. So they should be pretty light.
I think.
Yeah, they used to fly, but I believe like some curse or something. I think like one of the gods like smote them and took away their flying.
Done got smote.
Yeah, done got smote. So yeah, you can like pick him up and kind of take him on upstairs. Yeah, Kane, you step on into Galeby's room, and she kind of shrinks away ever so slightly. Kind of.
Is there anything in her hands?
No, she is not armed.
All right, just gotta make sure, you know.
I'll send Crinkle upstairs, and then you can just walk up, Asa.
You can grab me too. Fine, I'll take the long way up. Oh, my broken rib.
Hey, darling, it's time for us to head upstairs. We're gathering everybody. There's a lot we need to tell everyone.
What was that loud noise? I heard a big crash, and then the ceiling buckled. I'm scared.
Darling, I know, so we all are. But trust me, through this we can get together. We stay together and we'll get through this. Right now, the evil is gone.
I thought you was brave. A brave adventurer never gets scared.
Oh, but that's what it means to be brave. It's to do what you have to even when you're scared.
Okay. Is Daddy up there if everyone's gathering?
Everything will be revealed when we get upstairs, okay, darling? But for now, I need you to come with me.
Oh, okay. She kind of like scrambles out from under the bed and stands on up and kind of dusts herself off. And then she kind of like holds out her hand.
Kane would take her hand gently and put his other hand on top of it and like pat it just to comfort her and walk her upstairs. And if she tries to look around, when heading upstairs, you kind of try to get her attention so
Hmm.
she doesn't see the chaos of the fight.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So she'll follow you up. Maybe you can like, you kind of like occupy her with like idle chatter. Yeah. She kind of comes up and then she kind of looks around. I don't. Asa, where would you have put Crinkle's unconscious body?
That's a great question because there's no more chairs.
Yeah, the chairs are probably decimated.
I lie him respectfully on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of respectfully plonk Crinkle down. Maybe he's beginning to stir, but he is still unconscious. Galeby comes up with Kane and kind of sees Crinkle, and she kind of stops and kind of starts to fidget a little bit and says, "I did a bad thing, didn't I?"
Listen, it wasn't your fault, okay? Whatever we were dealing with put us all in a state where we didn't have control. Now I need you to go with Miss Veneer over there and just give me a few moments while we bring everybody else out, okay?
Okay. Is he gonna be okay, Crinkle? He's okay. He's always so kind to me.
He's fine, Gelby.
Okay.
Just bruised on the head. Sleeping it off.
I'll make him a cake to say sorry.
Yeah, do that.
And then she'll go over to Varnia and she kind of like holds out her hand to Varnia. Varnia kind of looks down and like grimaces and then kind of like holds out her hands and kind of just like brushes it onto Galeby's, and Galeby kind of just like grabs hold of it. And like Varnia kind of grimaces but then kind of forces her face to become more of a neutral look of calmness and elegance. So yeah, Kane, you kind of come on in there and you see Salam kind of just finishing up, kind of like cleaning up Ebda. Maybe he kind of like had been using some spare rags and some water from his flask to kind of wipe things down.
Kane's gonna take the blanket that he had off of him and put it over Abdur so you can't see the massive blood stain where he got stabbed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the blood it kind of seeped into his top quite a lot. So yeah, you kind of wrap that around there. So it's still there, but yeah, covered.
Alright, Salam, the little girl's waiting. I think this is the best time to show her the fate of her old man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. let's do this.
Tell
How do you
her
want to carry him out?
before she sees him. Stop, please. Perhaps she should be sitting down upstairs. There are still chairs upstairs.
I don't know. Well, there probably will be, but yeah,
Okay.
I think things are kind of a little bit already happening.
Oh, jeez, I was asked to do the counseling.
Oh wait, there we go. I mean, there's a few moments while they kind of finish and get ready to take Ebder out before they come out. So
Gelby, lie down on the ground with Crinkle,
what?
please.
Uh,
Please.
okay. She'll kind of like awkwardly go over to Crinkle's side and kind of just lie down on the floor and kind of look at you with this really confused face.
Obi, I'm sorry to let you know. Damn. The monster that started this, that made us sing and made us fight each other, the black shadow that haunted your nightmares, it got your father.
What? She kind of bolts up and says, "What? What? Is Daddy got him? Got him? Did he take him away?"
I shake my head. Your father is here with us, but he
Where?
is also passed on. Your father didn't make it through our fight.
What? Like Mummy did.
I'm afraid so. Without knowing context for the mother.
Okay, probably at this point, Kane and Salam will kind of step out with Ebda's body.
We made sure, because I guess I'm looking in that direction while she's kind of got in the peripheral.
She's kind of like focused on you at the moment.
We made sure his body was well taken care of and with respect. But I'm afraid we failed to protect him. We were too slow and too unprepared for this curse.
Vanya will kind of pipe as well. It is my fault. If you wish to blame someone, then blame me.
The curse took our hands, Vanya, as it took our throats and our tongues.
Vanya kind of like just goes quiet, and then she kind of looks. She hears people approaching, kind of looks up and sees the two with her father, and she kind of goes white, and she doesn't like start bawling, but she kind of just goes white, and then just silent tears start like streaming down her face, and she kind of just like shuts down emotionally or whatever.
The monster took your father's life, but we are the ones who failed you.
Yeah, she's not responding. She kind of just looks at you, but she's like just shutting down and just silent tears.
Yeah. You should be with your father for these last moments. We're going to let everyone out now of this cellar. And you'll be in the care of Candlekeep. And so will your father, as is deserving of someone who has given his life for the keep.
Oh, he spent his whole life, nearly all his life here, working and doing such a good job. We were happy with Mummy, but then she went, and now Daddy too. I'm all alone. Vanya kind of pipes and says, "You are not alone, child. I will make sure you are never without, and anything you need, I will do everything I can to bring it to you. And I'm sure Crinkle will help look after you still and read you those stories."
The bookbinders, the lore keepers, they will take care of you in honor of your father's life and service. While we cannot bring him back, we can honor his memory and his works. That is all I can promise.
Yeah, she kind of looks down and kind of just says, "Okay."
And know that I will make sure that this creature who is responsible for this never hurts anyone again. I will make it a mission of mine. His death, all the deaths, the injuries, they will not be for nothing.
Okay. I was alright without Mummy, so maybe I'll be alright without Daddy too.
And as long as you keep them in your heart, they're never truly gone, are they?
No, but it would help if I at least had Mummy's ring still. It went missing at some point. I don't know where it went. I used to like looking at it. Daddy thought I lost it, but I'd always said I didn't.
When we went through Crinkle's stash, wasn't there a ring in there?
Yes, there was.
God damn it, Crinkle. God damn it.
Which I think Salam took it, right?
He did.
Possibly.
Because I remember either Rolo or Salam going in there.
Yeah, I'm not specifically sure who has it, but I'm sure Salam or Rolo would kind of like hear this and take the ring out and kind of maybe casually or they'll like pass it over to you and say perhaps this is what they are looking for.
I take the ring and I get Gelby's attention. You know, when we were fighting, and I look at the bird,
It's still flat out.
something, yeah, I give him a bit of a disdainful look. A ring was found, perhaps in the fighting, wherever it was misplaced, and whoever misplaced it left it where we could find it after, well, I gesture with a hand to us, the mess in the center of this room. Could this be your mother's ring?
Gelby kind of rubs her eyes and wipes away some of the tears, and like takes it from your hands and looks closely, and she says, "Yeah, where did you find it?"
On the ground.
Maybe it got dropped when it was being cleaned at some point. I don't know. It was a while ago, but thank you
as
for finding.
crazy as it sounds, I think it was on the statue that was hanging upstairs, and it must have fallen down onto the floor when we dropped it.
I don't know how it got there, but I'm
I
happy.
couldn't imagine either.
Happy you found it. Thank you. And she kind of just like hugs you tightly.
Pat, pat, pat.
Yeah. Her tears seem to be like stopping, but there's still like sniffles and snobs. Yeah, she's not really letting go of the hug.
Right. Vanya, please undo the lock. Please.
Yes.
I'm very sick of this place.
It seems everything is finished and there is no more singing. Yes, I will go take care of the lock at once. And she steps away upstairs.
We'll have a mortuary service come and pick up the bodies and take them to be given their last rites.
Let's make sure we bring that book with us.
Yeah, it's with me. I'm gonna make sure that the keeper knows exactly what he's dealing with. And he puts it in his deepest vault.
Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of wait for a while, and then Aunt Vanya will come down and tell you the magic has been lifted and the lock has been removed. I gave word to the guards stationed outside that things are over, it seems, and they have gone to gather some experts together to bring to come down and go over things thoroughly and correctly dispose of the dead and assess any damages.
They probably want to check out, do some sort of investigation as to why there are 2 skulls buried underneath the fireflies. Yeah, that was...
What? I was unaware of these things.
Yes, it was an unfortunate complication in this curse.
Well, we should...
No...
I'm sure we will be interviewed and we can give the story and how everything happened, and I imagine as the keeper's hands you will he will be wanting to speak to you, I'm sure. Yes, so I imagine you need to get whatever it is straight between the lot of you, and I suggest you tell him honestly everything that happened. I shall.
Yeah. Honesty. The best policy.
Indeed.
Says the man with no poker face whatsoever.
After a few minutes, let's say some senior looking individuals come down and start dispersing and going over the place. Vanya kind of points up towards the top room. Cthulhu is in there. Abder, as you can see, is there, but perhaps we should do this delicately. The child is still in shock, perhaps, I'm not sure. So one guy goes up, and then you see him kind of take Cthulhu away. And then another one kind of just awkwardly stands near Abder and kind of says,
Take him outside.
Okay. And then he kind of just awkwardly picks up Abder and takes him away.
Someone else to grab his legs.
There's 2 of them or something. They come with, let's say 2 people come and they have like a stretcher. And then the 2 bodies are taken away. Crinkle is also taken away, unconscious. And then there's
that one's alive.
Noted. And then other people kind of disperse and start assessing damages and taking inventory. And then there's like perhaps one that seems to be overseeing everything. So you could approach them if you wanted. They're already talking to Vanya. And Vanya is kind of like muttering very quickly and looking very sad and probably guilty.
Kane, why don't you take the lead on this one? I have a few things to add in, but I think you'll tell it better than I will.
Of course. So is it a man or a woman?
Let's go with a lady scholar.
Well, ma'am, the way things are, one of the books here had a curse on it.
I see. And what manner of curse?
At first it seemed like a charming curse where it would control any persons within the area. But then it would also summon these shade-like creatures, and then the primary creature would come out, this Shemshine.
Shemshine, you say? She's kind of noting everything down on some massive scroll of paper. And how did this Shemshine manifest? Were there any particular traits or anything that stood out?
Yes, he is a black smoke with red eyes, and he will come from the book after some time, especially if you threaten the book or if everybody sings his rhythm in unison.
Was the book sentient?
The book itself was not, but
I see.
upon destroying the book, it seems as if the shadows cultivated around another book and it morphed that book into the book that was destroyed.
Hmm.
So we don't know if the curse is gone, but it is definitely dormant for now.
So the original book was destroyed?
That is correct.
I see.
And the way
But I
to
suppose
destroy
it
the book,
was inevitable. So 2 books
well,
lost, I suppose?
from
No, let me interrupt here. I apologize, but the book with the curse was not
Yes.
lost. It destroyed another book, recreating itself.
So
That
one
I
book
have
lost. Any of the books?
Yes. No.
Very
I
good.
did my best to preserve the other books.
I suppose one loss is not too bad. But it will be
I wish I
noted.
knew. I
So,
wish I knew which one was lost, but
I
I'm afraid I
believe...
don't know the library.
Oh yes, something about 2 people dying?
Yes.
Yes, names?
of the deceased, one would be Ebder. I forgot his last name. Forgive
Ebder,
me.
yes, I believe Ebder, yes. And the other one was a Tabaxi, I believe.
Cthulhu.
Yes, very good, very good. That's
Cthulhu, she was a druid and primarily
yes,
focused on herbs and nature sources.
Cthulhu.
He
I'm not
was a
familiar.
seeker.
I am not familiar with Cthulhu. Maybe not an employee, but
No, she was a
visiting.
seeker.
Ah, yes. Okay, very good, very good. And Krinkle was not deceased, I believe.
Injured.
No, he was
Injured.
injured, but
Very
he's
good.
very much
And
alive.
how was he injured?
Debris hit him in the head.
Falling rock.
Falling rock. Ugh. Very bad, very bad. Yes, 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 yes. And the child. She kind of looks over
She
your
is
shoulder.
Ebder's
Orphaned.
daughter.
Let's say Galeby kind of like is like holding Az's hand kind of behind him, hiding behind him. And she kind of sternly looks down at Galeby. Are you okay, child? Galeby kind of
No.
looks up and shakes her head. Yes, well, we'll provide you with any counseling or services, and you'll be looked after, I'm sure. Vanya kind of steps up and says, "Yes, I'll be assuming responsibility for the child. I will look after her." Very well.
Now,
We
you
can
know,
help sort the paperwork for any adoption or anything like that. Yes, yes. Any closing remarks?
oh, yeah, well, other than cleaning this place up, this book that we have is going to be it's going to need to be locked away from the rest of the people of this domicile.
I see. Hand it over, I'll deal with it accordingly. It will be well guarded and only looked at unless absolutely necessary. And by
Make
only
sure no
qualified
one,
people. No one?
under any circumstances, opens this book.
Well, it'd be hard to read it without
It is not
opening.
a book. It's a book without words. It depicts pictures, seeds, even. We could describe these scenes, and you can illustrate them, draw them, and put them on display next to the book, so therefore no one will ever have to open it.
It's
But it
fine.
tells the
Yes.
story.
As I
It's
believe
fine,
that will
Kane.
suffice. What were these images then?
It's fine. I'm gonna keep this book until I can.
I
that
believe
it's-
I will be taking the book.
No, I am handing it to the keeper, where he will dispose of it as he sees fit. It is a problem, a curse, one that killed 2 people, injured a third, and has left me feeling like a broken rib.
Yes, deaths happen, but knowledge is paramount, and I am a
I'm not
senior
going to.
position here. I have been here for many, many years, I'll have you know.
I tap.
Oh,
I
so
tap my
is our
pen.
assistant. Do you know Chadwick?
The name
Page
rings a
turner.
bell. Yes,
Page
yes.
He also was here many years, and since we are the keeper's hand, he is our assistant. So please do not get in our way when it comes to the keeper's work that we must do.
I
Very well. Keep your
I
book, but
respect
make sure you give it to the keeper of tomes without delay.
I
Of
respect
course.
I respect your position, senior, but working as the hand of the keeper, I am pulling rank here to say this is
Oof.
something that needs to be taken care of by higher authority
Higher authority. Well, I'll be.
than you.
Fine.
Uh,
Any closing remarks?
yes, just one. I won't go into too many details at the moment, but there should be a evaluation of Crinkle's performance here down in this underloft. I'll speak to I'll speak to the keeper about that in particular.
Very good. I suggest you go straight to the keeper and bring him this. And she'll roll up the parchment she's been jotting down on and hands it to you. Now go. Do not keep the keeper waiting. I presume you know where he is.
Oh, that we do.
Like through my clenched teeth, you presume correctly.
Very good. As you go to leave, Galeby kind of like goes to follow with you, like still holding onto your hand. Vanya kind of calls out and says, "Perhaps it's best if you stay with me, Galeby, the keeper. Maybe I do not wish to speak ill of him, but he's not particularly good with younger people. He might say something that would upset you, and you've been through enough." And she holds out her hand. And Gelby kind of looks up at you, Azza.
Go with her, Gelby. It'll be fine. You know her. She's a good woman.
Okay. She'll let go. Give you one last hug.
Yeah.
And then kind of go over to Vanya. Okay.
Ooh.
So you guys head on up and you step out of the Firefly Stella by going through the trapdoor you came in through maybe a day or so ago, and you step on out and feel very much relieved. Do you immediately go to the keeper or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think I will. Are there any objections?
On the way, Kane's gonna look to see if he sees any of those book pastries around and snatch one up. I need some comfort food.
As you step out, there might be like some food on a little table that the guards will have had to keep them going. No one seems to be there at the moment though, so yeah, you could probably just snatch one up and scoff that down.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna take one in.
So yeah, you
He'll
kind of
look back and offer one to Azza as well.
Yeah. Ugh. You know, I thought the sunlight would be a little bit more, and the fresh air would be a little bit more liberating. I can't help but focus on how awful I feel.
yeah, you kind of eat it and it gives you some kind of comfort. And yeah, you step out and into the fresh air and you feel some comfort, I guess, from being outside, but yeah, you're still very much wrecked. So yeah, you guys head straight to the Keeper of Tomes study.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, let's go there. So I'll load that scene in. There might be a bit of lag for the stream. Okay.
Lovely office as always.
So yeah, you approach the office and you go to knock it, but first knock, immediately you are summoned in. And you step on into the office and you see Genesee kind of standing in front of his desk with a stern look on his face, arms folded, and he kind of gestures for you to come over. So I hear you guys had a bit of a tough one, yeah? Go on, let me see the paperwork, and he'll hold out his hand. I think Azza has it. Maybe there's no tokens, I'll replace them all. So Azza, Kane.
Yeah, if I took it, I hand it over.
Salah. There we go.
I think Kane probably took it since I stepped forward to talk to her, and you had Gelby.
Yeah, that makes
Okay,
sense to
yeah,
me.
so Kane hands over the scroll. Chadwick kind of unrolls it, takes off his glasses, puts on a different pair, and you see his eyes just like vibrate madly as he just like scans through this text at frightening speeds. Yeah, I see. 2 people dead, 1 book gone. Yeah, I suppose justifiable means, but still, no, that's no good. The book, yeah.
If we knew that it was going to curse another book, we would have made additional preparations. I'm afraid we were unprepared.
Well, you know, I expect my hands to be prepared for anything at any time. You've had a good track record so far, so what got you stumped and caught out in this one then?
There wasn't a lot of information on the curse. We were left just piecing it together. One failed attempt at a time.
Learning on the job then, yeah. But still, yeah. I expect better from my keepers.
Well, to be fair, Keeper, this book had no text of any sort of knowledge. It just depicted scenes and pictures.
No text.
Which we could recite. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Hard to forget it after speaking it for several hours.
Oh, yeah?
Whoa, it was pretty much a children's book. It merely had pictures and scenes, but they were a bit adult and graphic.
I see. Do you have the book?
Yes, it is here, and I gesture to a very wound in a blanket book. It's cursed. You understand?
Yeah, I got the gist of that from the report. Something about not wanting being opened.
I would hope.
Nope.
The Candlekeep would keep the book as is what they do, but would keep it far.
We have a restricted section of sorts. We can put it there, and we'll probably have someone call in on you to get an idea of what the illustrations were, so we can make a note of those. And if anyone wants to know anything, we can direct them to the illustrations rather than the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kane will pull out the drawings that he took from Gelby's room when he visited, and he's gonna show it to the keeper as well. This book, this curse, also seemed to affect the dreams of one of the children here at Candlekeep.
It
was Edbert's daughter.
Ebda. Oh yeah, that guy. Hard worker. Pretty low standing, but yeah, hard worker he was. He had a bit of a future ahead of him, but I guess not anymore. Yeah, let's take a look at those drawings. Oof. Yeah, that's pretty dark. So yeah, essentially this is what was in the book then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
good,
very good.
Dreamed of these scenes from the book.
Okay. So I'll take the book then, and I'll make sure it's in the restricted section, and any notes attached to it, and no opening the book. Got it. So he'll hold out his hand.
I'm a bit reluctant, and I'll hand over saying, "Be careful. It sings. There's something in it that makes it sing."
This ain't my first rodeo. So he'll take it. He'll look over the drawings one last time. He kind of turns his back to you while he's doing this. So while he's doing this, you guys have time to talk amongst yourselves. So he kind of puts the drawings into an envelope and kind of takes the cover off the book, kind of places it together, and then takes also some kind of talisman-y scroll thing and kind of attaches it to the book, and then he kind of just goes around to his desk, takes out a key, inserts it into the air, turns it, and then opens a door in the air, and then you can see just like rows and rows of books, and he kind of just places it on the shelf, shuts the air door, and then locks it and places the key back in his desk, and then turns back to you. So while he was doing that, did you guys kind of discuss anything together?
I think I just watched him, paranoid about the security of this book.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you and says, "Don't worry, no one's getting in there easily, and the talisman I attached should prevent the book from being opened by anyone who does not have access."
I'll have to.
And I'll add the notes to the ledger as well about the book.
Yeah. We'll give as much information as your people need.
Right. So, yeah, now comes the hard part. There's been deaths, a book has been damaged, and that doesn't look good for the keep his hands, I'm not gonna lie. You guys have had a good reputation so far, and this doesn't look good. I'm not gonna lie. One of you guys needs to essentially take the fall for this one. Any volunteers?
I look offended.
My hands are tied. Someone needs to take the fall for this.
Well, it's not as if our hands are the ones who killed them.
I get you, but yeah. It'll be better if, for the image of the keeper's hands, if someone takes the rap for this one. And then
I must say, this is highly offensive. First, we were stuck in closet rooms clumped together. Then we had a curse put upon us. People were dying around us. We were fighting for our lives, and then we take the fall.
only one of you has to take the fall, and the rooms are sorted now. So yeah, you can go back. They're better than ever. Yeah. At this, Roller will kind of pipe and says, "Yeah, I guess I'll take the fall. Fed up of hanging around these nerds anyway. I got something else I want to look into. So I'll take that fall. That doesn't mean you're out of that, what you owe me for that potion, Azza."
Come visit me before you leave. I have your replacement.
He taps his nose. Will do. And yeah, I guess end of the month, so you would be getting paid. I was thinking of maybe docking your pay a little bit to put some money towards the little girl's future and staying here. Any objections? About half pay?
Well, you can't dock me half a book.
I can
That would
find
be
a lesser
destroying
value
book.
one. I have one in mind. It should be being brought to you in a moment by someone else who will be joining us, and you. Which should be Hawk's cue to join in a moment.
I'm here and I'm ready.
Okay. So yeah. So anything else from you three, or you two, I guess?
Kane
Rollo.
would just be saying goodbye to Rolo and tell him to be safe and trying to get him to tell him where that underground gambling ring is.
He'll probably tap his nose and say, "You only get to know where that is if you're worthy, and if you don't know, you're not worthy."
Very well. I wish I had a spell slot. I'll cast something on him.
Yeah. So Genesee says, "Yeah, I'll probably give you till tomorrow to clear your things out and head out. If you want to come back in, it'll be the same entry fee. New book, new knowledge. But yeah, maybe cool off. Let things cool off if you want to come back anytime soon." Okay, so at this point there is a soft, a hard. How would you knock on the door, Hawk?
Uh, it would be pretty stern.
A stern knock. Okay. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a stern knock on the door, and the keeper says, "Enter." And in steps this guy. So Hawk, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. And as he enters, he'll take a look at all of you, and he goes, Kieran Alcinius, at your service. Gives you a little bit of a bow. And he appears to be, he's an elf with kind of pale skin, kind of silvery white hair. You can see like kind of silver streaks running through it. Kind of holds himself a little high, um, dressed in kind of nicer clothing. And after he kind of bows, he'll slowly move his way towards you, and you can see that he moves a little slowly.
Yeah, so this guy I'm bringing him in. He's worked here for quite a while. Pretty senior, but yeah. I think maybe you guys would do from some maybe a team leader, some management. So yeah, here we are. He'll be reporting to me, so make sure you behave and try not to have any more damaged or lost books. Oh, and deaths as well. Try and avoid those.
As you say, Keeper.
And Kinoran will kind of like look at the keeper and say, I'll do my best to keep that from happening.
I know you will. I can rely on you. And so, if there's nothing else, yeah, that should be it. And Kinorin will have your book and your payments for this month. So yeah, maybe you guys can go and get a little acquainted. Rolo, clear things out, and there's no severance. Sorry.
Wow.
You'll get your final month's pay, but yeah, no severance. You know, a loss of books, 2 people dead. You can understand. Rollo will kind of roll his eyes and kind of spit out a cigar into the floor, and then kind of storm off out.
Keeper, where are our new resting places at? Our new rooms?
Oh, it's the same place, just the room has been refurbished and freshened up a little bit.
And he's just gonna kind of rub the bridge of his nose, and just you gotta be kidding me. As a salam, care for a drink?
Yeah. So, could you write your name down? Can I see how it's spelled?
Yes, of course. Let me... Right here.
I tried my best to spell it. I put Keteran. Oh, way off.
Well, Mr. Quinnerin.
If to easy, make it easier on you.
Oh, Kinoran. Mr. Kinoran. If you would like to join us so we can get to know you better, you have surprisingly big shoes to fill.
You'll have to tell me all about it.
Alright, so yeah, you guys can go to the drinking, the hearth, the kind of eating and drinking place and get yourselves acquainted. So I'll pull you guys in there, and yeah, so we'll switch to that scene. Might be a bit of lag for the stream, so hold on to your hats. Okay, so let's put you guys in here.
And where? Ow! It's the big guy again.
Oh wait, did I? Oh no, you're up there still. There we go. It should be down here at the entrance. So yeah, you guys come into the hearth, the familiar place, the place that is much larger on the inside than it is on the outside. Quite grand. The smell of kind of food and well-read books kind of lingers in the air, and there's the hint of alcohol as well. So you all step on in and probably go find somewhere to sit down. So yeah, you can just go to the middle area bit where there's the kind of. Hold on, let me just put tokens in. Redo them. So Kane, you can see. I'll put Azabai, Kane, Kina in there, and Salam as well. Rolo isn't anywhere to be seen currently.
Yeah, why would he? That book burner. Ha 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 ha.
So yeah, you guys go on in and you take a seat, order whatever foods or drinks you want, and kind of settle down to get to know each other. Kinorin, you'll have kind of their monthly wages for this month, but it will be halved. What was the pay again? Was it like, did you guys get to 250 gold, was it?
I think Rolo talked you up to 300.
That was Kane.
Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
300 gold. So yeah, it's halved this time, so you only receive 150 gold. Azza, you are given a book here, and you kind of take a look at this book. You kind of give it a little glance for now, but yeah, you don't look at it too closely yet. So
Yeah,
you
I'm
are
very
presented.
displeased. I really had my book set on the Tales of the Feywild or whatever. What was the title? It doesn't matter.
Anyway, yeah, so maybe next time, but yeah, so Kinorin hands this book over to you, but maybe you don't look too closely at it just yet. So you kind of just put it to the side, and yeah, you are more interested with getting to know Kinorin instead. So yeah, you guys can get to know each other a little bit.
Once everyone would be, settled down, Kino Arnold will kind of reach into his tunic and pull out like a little pouch that he opens up, and he pulls out these small, round, candy-like objects, and he'll offer one to each of them.
Sure. We'll use an appetizer.
Kane will take one and you'll thank you graciously.
Salam will probably wait until you guys have taken one and eaten it, since I don't know if you'll know what they are yet. But yeah, you'll take one last and kind of take it. Yeah. What is this thing you've given them then?
I will go ahead and post this. Concern. So it is from my chef trait. So they are special treats that last 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action to eat one of these treats to gain temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So he just likes handing out treats.
All right, yeah, you eat these, and yeah, they give you some kind of temporary hit points to stand on until you guys can get a long rest.
Why? What are you gonna do to us?
Anyways, tell me about yourselves. I heard something about big shoes to fill.
Oh yes, our last companion, Rolo, he was able to grow in size almost to that of a giant.
Fascinating. That'd have been wonderful to see.
And what
May
about
I-
yourself?
Myself, well, there's a lot to cover. About 7 centuries worth. Where shall I begin?
7 centuries, isn't that? Oh, you're old even for an elf.
He'll kind of nod and he says, I'll take it as a compliment that you didn't notice prior. Yes, I am rather aged. The dreams no longer come to me. And I thought that, well, in my last years, I might as well do some good. And here I am.
Have you have you spent those 7 centuries here at the keep then?
Oh, heavens no. Here and there, mostly with my artisan guild, I spent most of my life following after some trade or another, switching every couple of decades or so, I'm quite skilled in many things. Lately, I've been taking a keen interest in weaving and knitting and that sort of thing. If you'd like a scarf, I can make you one.
Fine, thank you. Well, I'm Azza. I'm a hexer from Gwyneth. An island off far to the west, if you've never heard of it.
I might have done trade there before.
Not much there. From my perspective, at least. I've been in the Sword Coast for the last 10 years now, I guess. Maybe 9.5, if you want to be particular. There's a lot more here than there is there. A lot more work, too. I'll go with a sword. And I've got a few basic magics to go with it. I play a mean 9-man's Morris.
Kinoran will kind of give you a deep nod at that.
I'll allow Salam to like retroactively introduce himself next session, so he can tell you what he wants in case I say something I'm not meant to.
That is fine.
Kane will kind of take this like metal bird mask off of his hip and put it on the table. I am Kane Isaac Darrow. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am a bit of a practitioner of the arcane. And you see
Kinoran will-
me. His appearance is light blue with long silver hair. He's about like 5'6", 5'7". Doesn't seem too old. Probably like mid to early 20s. And he has yellow eyes.
Yeah. Kinoran will kind of nod. He says, if I was a younger man, I'd perhaps look into the arcane arts. There's a lot to discover there. Unfortunately, I got the itch to adventure a little too late. Instead, it was explained to me that perhaps someone of my age should choose an occupation that partakes some wisdom, and I have thus taken up the art of the druid.
I see a being of nature then.
Didn't take you for a druid.
He'll kind of chuckle and says, yes. I'm quite surprised myself, but I figured someone of my age, perhaps the ability to change shape might be good on these old bones.
Well, I definitely can't argue there. Speaking of old bones, why don't we get some drinks in ourselves to loosen up? It's nothing on you, but we have spent the last couple of days sleeping very little, dealing with just a horrible curse. And I kind of feel in the mood to just drink it away.
At this, Rolo will kind of rock on up behind Azza and tap him on the shoulder. He says, I'm not going to be around here long. You said something about squaring off a debt with me? Regarding that
Well, you haven't
potion?
given me a chance to buy a potion, so I guess I'll cover the cost.
That seems fair. But since, you know, you got me out of that pinch, I'll let you off with half.
Half is good, he says, with a mild drop of his stomach into his chest, however the expression goes, as he realizes his purse is a little lighter than he thought it was. So,
Rollo,
I reduce my income by 30, and hand him the coins.
Rollo will probably kind of see that you're looking light, and you'll say, yeah, maybe you're looking a little light there, friend. How about you, repay me double next year? I'm sure we'll run into each other again.
It's fine. 30 is fine.
You sure about that?
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure about that.
Very good. So he takes it, kind of gives you all a wink, and kind of gives Kinorin a long stare and say, yeah, make sure you keep an eye on these guys. They're a bit of a handful. And he'll kind of say, yeah, I'm leaving this place now. Got business to do and kind of tired of all of these nerds. So yeah, bye. And he sets off.
There goes the greatest japester has ever japed in Candlekeep. Candlekeep. Close enough.
Candlekeep. Yep.
Close enough.
Close enough. Very good. So yeah, guys.
Kane will pull out the druid component pouch that he got from Cthulhu, and he'll hand it over to Kinorin. Well, perhaps you can make use of this or anything in it.
And you see, he takes the pouch. You see that he focuses very much on the craftsmanship on the bag. He's turning it over, looking at the seam work and the material. That seems to be more of interest to him than the contents of the bag. But after he's done, he'll look at you, give you a deep nod, say, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, it probably has everything you'd need for general spells for regarding craftsmanship. It looks old and well worn, but it's well made, so it's still very much useful and will last for years to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he'll see that and he says, "I believe I share something in common with this bag."
Very good. Excellent.
Well, let's hope you outlive this bag rather than it outlive you like its previous owner.
Good gods, Kane. Could you not bring that up?
I see the topic is still a bit touchy. I won't press any further.
It's been like an hour.
Az has been through quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Salam would be blunt enough to say that it's probably belonged to the Tabaxi druid that died an hour or two ago.
It's probably got some.
And he's probably wondering why you have it.
It's probably got some cat hair stuck to it.
Maybe. But yeah, Salam kind of just looks away.
Yeah, I'll say, don't worry, my friend. The pain will pass eventually. I have lost many good friends to the cursed, forever trudging of time. Eventually, nothing will remain but the good memories.
Hey, now that is something to drink to. Good memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Memories.
So yeah, you all drink to that and have a hearty meal and as many drinks as you would want. And let's say maybe an hour or so into that, maybe you guys can roll a perception for me.
Oh.
Okay, 17 and 20 are definitely enough. 13 as well. I'm sure Salam notices as well. He doesn't need to roll. So you kind of notice over here a new kind of presence of a very timid looking half elf kind of peeking at you guys from behind this statue here. Kind of trying to hide, but not doing a very good job, and looking directly at your group.
What's her problem?
As I believe you have an admirer.
She's clearly looking at you.
Well, let me go introduce myself then. Ken will
Let's
kind of
keep-
stand up, throw his jacket back a little bit.
Just keeping things for the record a little bit. I have not been cleaned up since the fight, so I'm still covered in splinters.
Yeah.
I look like I have 4 HP left and plus 2 temp. And I'm not sure how you describe someone who's lost 7 strength points. Maybe my clothes maybe my clothes are a little baggy.
Look a bit wan. Yeah.
Like the girl from the ring got a hold of him. He's just
Maybe, yeah. So Kane, as you get up and walk towards her, you see her like squeak and kind of stumble, and then try and go to run away, but she kind of just runs into the pillar and then falls over.
The klutzy ones.
oh, darling, there's nothing to fear.
Something.
I didn't mean to stare. Oh, forgive this disturbance. I was looking for the book. She's kind of craning her neck to look past you over to the table to where Azza put down the book he was given.
Son of a bitch. It's got
You're
baggage.
You're interested in that book over there.
Wait, is that the wrong one? Mirror on it? Yeah.
Well, there's one way to find out. He's gonna hold out his hand so she can take it.
Yes. Oh, such a gentleman. Oh. And she takes
By the
your
way,
hand.
What is your name?
Loris Nis. I'll type that in chat for you. I'm an acolyte here. Am I? Oh wait.
She owns Candlekeep.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's probably a low to mid ranked acolyte page turner thing type dealio. Yeah.
Well, my name is Kane, and it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Please, why don't you come join us then?
Oh, such a gentleman. She kind of takes your hand and kind of lets you help her up, and she's kind of like fanning herself slightly with her hand. And she goes to join you guys at the table. And
Oh, well, gentlemen, I would like you all to meet my new friend, or Loris Nis.
Yes, I've heard of you, the Keeper's Hands. I never thought I'd run into you, but oh yes, there it is, the book.
I put my hand on the book. Defensively, I suppose you could say. I don't say anything, I just look at her.
She looks a bit let down. But
You
yeah.
must excuse my companion. You see, we've had quite the day and quite the night. As you could tell by our attire, we don't usually appear like this.
Oh,
We're just here to let off some steam and relax.
that's good to know. You do look a bit worn.
Oh, you're putting it nicely, darling. Please, save the flattering.
Okay. Azza, this is probably maybe the first time you maybe take a little bit of a closer look at the book you have your hands on. You see it is a hefty book bound in what looks to be soft green leather, probably somewhere around 8 inches wide and 14 whole inches tall. How about that? That is a honkin' thick book. And it's set with nice golden clasps, and the book gives off an unmistakable scent of lilies now that you draw your attention to it. On its cover, set into it, is a polished oval mirror with a delicate gold frame styled like locks of hair, which spill nicely around the kind of edge of the mirror.
And what exactly is the title again?
Does it have does it say the title on it?
Yeah, I think it did.
Well, in
maybe
the handout
on
it
the
did,
handout.
but I'm just
Okay.
checking.
Yeah, I was thinking the handout.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have it on the title, it's like, what about the spine?
It doesn't seem to mention, so I don't think you can see a title for the book.
All right, then I won't immediately take offense to the fact to what it's called, what it might be suggesting.
Kane's gonna take a look around, seeing her reaction to the book, and see if anybody else is looking at it.
Yeah, so again, this is the book. No title found anywhere on it, so ignore what it says at the top there.
Roger.
Yes.
I'll just
Maybe.
minimize that instead of closing it this time.
Yeah. I should be able. Remind me at the end of the session to go through some of the handouts to make sure you can always see them. Yeah. So you kind of look around, but you kind of maybe struggle to kind of look around. Maybe your attention is a little bit on Miss Lorisness too much, but you don't seem to notice anyone eavesdropping you. Perhaps, if anything, people have maybe moved away from you. The kind of like roughed up looking people there. But yeah, no one seems to be paying much attention to you.
Well, since I can't find the title of this book, and he doesn't even bother opening it to see if it's on a front page. But you seem to know where it is. What have I been granted as my prize?
Oh, you own it? I thought it belonged to the keep.
I get paid in books.
Oh,
Seemed
whoever
appropriate
heard
at the
such
time.
a thing? Oh, sorry. I forget myself. I'm in the presence of a gentleman. And she gives Kane a sideways glance. But yes, I had heard of the book. My friend, Falthrax, was reading it and using it. He'd been troubled lately. It's been going on for months. He seems to be suffering from depression of sorts. Often he would talk about how he felt like life was just passing him by, and he could do nothing to take care of himself and kind of get over that feeling. So I suggested him to make use of his standing and look into some books, perhaps something self-help books. And I believe this is the one he settled on. Have you seen him, Falthrax? Stout dwarf.
The name doesn't ring a bell.
Maybe the full name, Falthrax Loader. I'll type that in chat for you. I'm not too good on dwarfish names. Falthrax Loader. Yeah. Yes, he's a shield dwarf, an acolyte here as well. We had joined here at the same time, and we've always been inseparable until he became depressed and became a bit of a shut-in. But things seem to be getting better after this book. I believe he found it in there, the stacks, the Candlekeep stacks, and was reading it. Have you looked in it yet?
No. I haven't creased the bindings.
Oof. The
Well,
first
there
thing
we
you do when
are.
you get a book is open it up.
Perhaps if I was in a more freshened mood. Again, I've got splinters in my hair.
Plus, we've barely had anything to eat. We have been surviving off this, the little cookie pastries that you find laying about here.
Ah, yes, they are delectable. I suppose you're only used to the good things of life, yes?
Well, I'm one who surely does enjoy the luxuries of life.
Sounds lovely.
So, tell us, Miss Nis, what do you do here at the keep?
Oh, I'm a humble acolyte doing errands for those higher up and just reading in my pastime. I'd love to learn and read.
Admirable traits, truly.
Yes, as I said, I joined at the same time as my dear friend Falthrax, and he was always so positive, and yes, he was an avid worshipper of Sune, and I would accompany him to the temples every now and then, but not really my cup of tea. But you know, you do things for your friends. But yes, then he started suffering from the depression, but I thought the book was helping him. He said how it spoke to him, and he got advice for meditations and ideas of self-worth, and he was starting to look so much better.
And when was the last time you've seen your friend?
I believe it just a couple days ago. But his mood seemed to be turning again. He seemed a little sad and down. And he said something about going to his favourite reading spot and looking over the book again.
And well, where would that be?
Oh, it's usually in the House of Binder or the bathhouse.
Kinoran, you have been to these places, have you not?
A few times, yes.
Yeah. How long has Kinorin been at the keep?
I would say a good couple of months, ever since he picked up druidry.
Okay.
You know, maybe somewhere between 6 months to a year.
Probably more closer to a year, I'd say.
Mhm.
Yeah. But let's say you were an incredibly quick study and very impressive, so you were quickly kind of like snapped up for promotional opportunities and rocketed your way up to the position you're in now. But yeah, either way, you weren't here as long as Chadwick, who you're yet to meet, and Chadwick has been here a number of years. Yes. Did the group mention Chadwick to you yet?
I think
I
he was
don't recall.
mentioned in his presence
Yeah.
back at the office, but no.
Maybe. So let's say he was. So Chadwick is the group's assistant. He has been working here for a number of years, but he seems to have just been thrown in as just a random lowly assistant, despite his ideas of grandeur and higher positions. So yeah, but yeah, he isn't here right now. But yes, where were we?
Perhaps we can give a look for your friend come the morning. We do need our rest, and I understand your concern and the urgency.
Maybe.
Is there anything you may tell us that perhaps help us? Any specific things that he likes, or a routine that your friend would do?
Mostly just his allocated work hours, and then relaxing in his room, or the House of Binding, or the bathhouse reading. Mostly reading that book there of late. Can I have a look at it, please?
You may have a look.
Thank you.
I passed the book to her.
Okay, let's see. So she takes hold of the book and kind of looks curiously at the back and the spine and then the cover. She kind of flicks through it and then kind of closes it and looks at the front again, looking into the mirror. Where are we? So she kind of looks at the front and a little deeply into the mirror, and you see her eyes kind of glaze over slightly, and then she kind of lets out a gasp and drops the book onto the table and falls off her chair, essentially.
Kane will
Hey.
help her up.
Again, you extend a helping hand, and she blushes furiously and takes your hand and fans herself and says, "Oh, I don't know what came over me.
Hey, that's my book.
I'm sorry."
Careful, it's got a mirror on the front.
The mirror seems perfectly fine. Yes.
Calm down now. The lady was almost injured.
Yes, it was. It did
Seems-
look quite perilous.
She seems fine. I don't say out loud, but I sit back down.
Yeah, she seems fine. Maybe a bit flustered and blushing a fair bit, but yeah. I'm sorry. I can be a little clumsy sometimes if you haven't noticed. I'm just so lucky to have such a gentleman to help me.
Oh, don't worry. We can all be clumsy at times. Let me tell you a story. One time we were in this cave. We were fighting these creatures, nightmarish creatures that would live off of fear. And my good friend Azza was in between multiple of them, and he couldn't hit one for the life of him.
Sounds like such a
Across my
daring
arms
adventure.
displeased, but I say, it's true.
But he did it beautifully, I must say. Even though he wasn't able to hit one, he took plenty of hits, and he did so majestically.
Oh, lovely.
Proud myself on being able to take a hit.
Yeah. You do look like such brave adventurers, all of you. A little bit worse for wear, but well, maybe I can do something to help with that. You did let me look at your book after all, and you have also been such a fine gentleman. So she kind of takes your hand, Kane, and she closes her eyes and kind of mutters something under her breath, and she will cast Cure Wounds on you. Oh. Let me do that for you. So she'll cast Cure Wounds on you, Kane. 4 whole hit points. And then
Half my HP.
she'll go around and do the same to Azza and then Salam.
Right. Oh. I appear to soften.
So 10 to Azza, and then 3 to Salam. Oh, and then she looks as if she sways and goes a little faint. Oh, that seems to have taken a little bit more out of me than I thought. And she kind of stumbles towards Kane slightly. Catch me.
Kane will catch her.
Yeah, Kane catches her.
Oh, as this is happening, Kinoran would, he's maybe not really paying the most attention, but he looks over, sees what's going on, and he wants to cast Druidcraft to make Kane smell like roses.
Okay. So yeah, in as in Kane's arms, she kind of inhales, and then her eyes suddenly go very wide and big, and she swoons very hard. She's swooning. Oh my!
Darling, you must be careful now. And Kane will help her into her seat.
Yes, I'm not. I'm not such a. I'm not. I'm no adventurer like you. I'm sure you could sling out spells all day long.
Well, darling, we all have our limits, and I must thank you on mine and my partner's behalf. Thank you for healing us up a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the least I could do for to such a gentleman.
Kane also wants to insight check her to see if she's trying to play him
Okay,
or
go
try to
for it.
con him.
How could you suspect that?
Suddenly you realize all of your possessions are gone. No, you believe her to be falling for you, like super hard and genuinely. She doesn't look to be trying to pull one over on you. She seems to be genuinely worried about her friend.
Well, then perhaps maybe we should turn in for the night, and then we could start bright and early in the morning, start searching for clues of what happened with your friend.
Yes, perhaps that's best. It's a good night's rest is perhaps what you need. Perhaps, yes, I shall also turn in, but I feel ever so weak after that healing. Perhaps you can escort me back to my room.
A wry smile.
I feel ever so weak.
Of course. What gentleman would a gentleman wouldn't let a lady like yourself travel alone under those conditions?
Yeah. You're so kind. One of the elderly, kind of scholarly-looking gentlemen kind of coughs and says, "Young people these days," and kind of straightens out his newspaper and goes back to reading it. So yeah, are you guys wanting to turn in for the night then?
Yep.
Very good. So yeah, you guys can head back to your rooms. You escort Loris back to hers, and that whatever happens happens. And yeah, you guys can have a long rest, and you will get to level 5.
Woo!
Yeah. So in the morning, you will wake up fully rested, all of your strength restored, and level 5.
Now you do mean all my strength restored.
Yeah, any
thank
strength that
God.
was sapped is restored through the long rest.
Oh. Come back to me. My 17.
What, you were down to 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough. You guys got put through the ringer. Definitely.
I'm just hold on while I dance while I add 3 to my strength bonus.
Do you want us to roll hit dice now?
Yeah, you can roll hit dice, and then I can re-import your character sheets from D&D Beyond.
I have already done that. At least I think I have. So you can re-import me from D&D Beyond that.
All right, let's have a look.
What was that? 6?
Oh, 6. Let's go.
It's much better than your 3 ones in a row
What a tough
last
sorcerer.
time.
Man, my rolls were so bad.
Okay, yeah. Asa at level 5, 44 hit points, 17 strength. Very good. Alright, I'll re-import you.
Yeah, not the most exciting level. I didn't have to do anything, but +1. I add proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that's Asa done. I'm not sure if Salam has done his level up. No, he's not leveled up yet. We can do that next time. Are you good to go, Kane?
I'm good to go.
Alright, I'll import you.
I won't see a new feature of my subclass till level 7. So
That's a few levels off, a few mysteries off.
Oh, arcane power. Why are you so elusive? Give
Okay.
up to me my spells. in slots.
Let's go to the Candlekeep map. I'll pull you all here. Watch out for lag.
What did I just do? Nothing.
Okay, just wait for you guys to load in. But yeah, basically you all wake up fully rested, stronger than ever in fact. And yeah, you come down to have your breakfast at whatever times you kind of wake up. Maybe you sleep in a little bit after the trying experiences. I'm not sure if Kane also had a late night, who knows? That is for Kane to know. Yeah, so you kind of come down, and Kinorin will also join you, probably staying in different quarters, but they could probably look to move into closer proximity if they wished to do so. But yeah, you guys kind of come down and sit down at a table together and tuck in.
Oh. How'd you sleep?
Oh, I slept wonderfully. I must say, you're filling out your shirt again.
Yeah. I gotta say, good sleep. Probably one of the best of my life.
How are you, Knorn?
Pretty decently. I must say I was rather productive in the evening. And he'll pull out a pouch and he'll hand each of you a brownie.
Ooh.
Well, if you're here to supervise us and be our nannies, it's at least nice that you're both something to eat.
Yeah, so Kinorin, you are definitely basically their nanny, manager, minder. The keeper will expect reports after anything that happens, and yeah, you are responsible for them as well, I guess. So if anything bad happens, it's on you.
Oh, go ahead.
He'll once you guys take the little square of brownie from him, he'll say, "Yeah, and you'll all be happy to know that I've all started on." Wow, I just blanked. I've began work on making matching scarves for us all. Please let me know what color you'd prefer yours in. I can go and get them dyed once I'm finished.
Oh, I'll take mine in purple, please.
Dark blue.
Yeah, there's an outfitters and clothiers you could get supplies and dyeing stuff from. So yeah, you could do that there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, after a little bit of this, yeah, the door opens to this the House of Rest. You all look up, and Salam, Azza, and Kane, you recognize Chadwick enter the building. And he kind of looks over and sees you, and kind of just like slinks over to you, I guess, and kind of just like walks unceremoniously and kind of looks...
Oh, Chadwick. Don't worry, old boy. We haven't replaced you yet.
What? Why would you replace me? What?
We wouldn't.
Where's the little one?
Replaced.
He kind of looks around and what?
Yes,
Wow.
unfortunately, because of our
Yeah.
last endeavor,
Yeah, I heard about that.
Rolo had to leave Candlekeep.
Yeah, apparently it was all his fault or something.
Yeah, sure.
Heard something
Anyways.
about him sneaking in some liquor and getting a bit crazy, unleashing a curse on everyone.
Is that what's going around?
Yeah, that's just what I heard on
That-
the grapevine.
Yeah, that really annoys Azza.
Yeah. So who's his replacement? And he's kind of looking around.
Well, meet Kenoran. Kenoran, meet Chadwick, cheesesteak.
Is
Keenor will bow. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
yeah, I think I've heard of you. Yeah. You've been here a little bit, and you've been snapped up to a few promotions, but you're still a rookie, right? Yeah, I've been here quite a while. So yeah, if you need any advice, just come to me. I'll help you out. Are you assistant or something as well?
I've been asked to keep an eye on things and report anything that needs reporting.
Report.
Our babysitter.
His face kind of creases up, and he has this like he like glowers at the lot of you and says, "Fine, fine. I'm gonna get something to eat." And he kind of turns around and
Well,
walks
I've already
off.
put a couple pieces of bacon in front of you.
He's walking off.
Oh, he seems in poor spirits.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't spend his entire rest working.
He still looks very like haggard. The shadows and bags under his eyes are still very much there. So yeah, during one of the previous mysteries, he got abducted by some meanlocks and was being assaulted mentally in the attempts to change him into a meanlock, but I guess he was able to hold off, but it seems to have left some lasting impressions on him. So yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, you guys maybe continue for a little bit, and then the door opens again, and Miss Nis kind of glides in, looking fresh, lovely, and happy until she trips over a nearby table leg and just face plants on the floor. And she kind of just hits the floor and kind of lets out a little squeak, and then kind of scrambles to get back up. But then, like halfway up, she kind of looks up towards Kay, and then kind of waits a little.
Kay will go over there, help her up, and say, "No, darling, that's not where a lady should be. Come on now."
So kind, such a gentleman. And she takes her hand and lets you help her up. And she comes to join you at the table. And I think that's where we will call it for this today's session. So yeah, we'll continue next week, when we should have Salam joining us again, and he'll be brought up to speed and be able to give a proper introduction to Kinorin, and then we'll hopefully get stuck into the next mystery. So yeah, that was a thankful end to the last mystery, I'm sure, and it seems like we are starting to look into the next one as well. Yeah, so that should be good. So yeah, we need to end things now, unfortunately. Sorry, Chisbits. I know you only just recently came to us and you've been enjoying it, but yes, we do need to end things now. It's starting to get late, and try and keep a cut-off time for around this time. But yes, Swizz will be joining us next week to take on Salam. And yes. So yeah, very good. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, join the Discord below, say hi, and yeah, drop a follow and join in next week, same time on Tuesdays for our Candlekeep. And yeah, on Sundays I play in a Waterdeep campaign as well, which is going well? Question mark.
Oh no.
I mean, we don't. Our DM throws clues, hints, hooks, and we just like look at it and then just walk the other way. We don't ask questions. It probably doesn't help that I'm a Kenku who can't really talk, but hey. Oh well. Any of you guys got anything to shout out before we finish?
Yeah, misguided underscore misfits. Be playing some Lost Ark,
Mm.
Total War Warhammer 3, and
Mm.
Elden Ring when it comes out.
Yeah. It's so
Oh.
soon. It's so soon.
2 days, 2 days. That's it.
Days. All right. I don't stream, but looking very forward to Thursday. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Mm.
Yeah. What he's hinting at is we play Icewind Dale on
Mm.
Thursdays. So come on by 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at Hakkenspraken.
Yeah. Same time as this one, essentially. Yeah.
Same time as this one, yes.
Just on a Thursday.
Yeah, we're wrapping up some loose ends on that campaign, getting damn near the end.
We will get that giant worm.
Mm. Yeah, we're looking to
Out with a Y.
slay us a dragon. Yeah, Thursdays.
Yes, that is on Thursdays. Yep, same time as this game. We just started back up, so it's good to be back on the roll.
Definitely.
Yes, thank you for inviting me to this one.
Yeah, glad to have you.
The only thing that I'd like to say is Kinorn is chuckling inside his head whenever Ozza brings up the whole babysitting thing. Because, to be fair, in his eyes, everyone's a baby.
Very much so, I'm sure. Good.
He's quite enjoying it.
Excellent. Yeah, glad to hear you'll be there, Chitspits, and thanks to everyone again for playing. Good group of players, and yeah, looking forward to Thursday and then next week again on Tuesday, where we can get stuck into this new mystery. So yeah, thanks again. Drop a follow, join the Discord, and drop a follow to everyone else on here. And looking forward to seeing you all next time.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop. Bye bye.
Goodbye!